Wizard 101, a massive multiplayer online game that is also an RPG,
is
weird.
It's weird.
So today we're going to be talking about the game while we were playing it. Hope you enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.
So what do you think of this game?
It's weird, but interesting.
I like it. I've just been playing for 4 years, so I am enjoying it.
It's one of those games where it's like, in my opinion, it's like a secondary game. You play it when you kind of have nothing else to do.
Also, the update notes for the test round this spring said that for the decathlon, you have to use strategy.
So, first let's start with the graphics. They are...
Bad.
Yeah. They need updating, but...
I shouldn't say bad. They're fine. They're fine.
No, they're bad. But, like...
The old graphics were bad. These graphics are...
I mean, but if you talk to someone, like right now, I'm just gonna talk to this dude. Right? Catching one shark spear, a machinical armor, red, blah, blah, blah. Right? They don't actually say the word. Well, they say the words, but they don't even look like it. Like, that needs to be upgraded, like the animation.
The animation, the talking animation. That was better than what they had before, which is nothing. The mouse didn't move once.
Yeah. But it's still weird. And then you've got these people like, oh yeah, you can't go here, blah, blah, blah. There's so many weird things about the game that just don't make sense. An example is this. I am literally on the edge of a, like, sidewalk, and my character's tilted sideways.
Yeah, and that matters why.
It's the aspect of the game. Like, you can't just... It's just weird. It's kind of a thing. Like, you want to make it look good. As much as, hey, you've got this whole entire world, you've also got this whole entire world that needs updating. Right?
Mm-hmm. What do you think of the gameplay? Let's talk about the gameplay. So first we need to explain what the gameplay is for people who haven't watched any other Wiz videos. So basically what happens is you go around. You know, why don't we go to a place where you can fight someone?
Yeah, how about
I will just show you. Triton Avenue is going to get updated, and I can't wait for that.
Yep.
We can start like walkthroughs and stuff, and that'll be fun. It'll be nice.
So let's go to Triton
Avenue.
So besides the fact that you teleport almost every time you go into a tunnel,
it's not teleporting.
Well, yeah, but it's
a loading screen because why not?
It's just kind of weird.
Well, everything's weird in a way.
Honestly, I think it should be like you should be able to just walk through the tunnel. Right? So,
although completely honestly, we shouldn't even. Maybe they would be better if we didn't have tunnels. Like instead, we had like gates.
Yeah, that would be nice too. So for the battling, we've got turn-based combat. It looks something like it looks like this, and you get your player on one side
and the enemy on the other.
So you can choose cards that you want to put in your deck for battling, and you just go and use strategy to try and defeat the enemy.
Strategy? You don't use that much strategy.
Yeah, I guess, but you kind of...
You use a decent amount of strategy.
Yeah.
It really depends on who the enemy is. Like this, you don't need to use any strategy at all.
Yeah, but I'm going to go overkill.
For like harder, when you get into the later worlds, it becomes more there are certain strats you can use. Especially, no, you know nothing yet. The best part of Wiz, the most strategic part, is cheat bosses or enemies with cheats, because then you have to strategize on how to avoid those cheats so that you can still win.
Yeah.
Like there's the spam strat,
which is
spam.
Pretty bad strat.
They used that. They tried using that to kill like the Titan's Trident, which was like almost impossible to beat.
So, this game has this weird way of fighting, you could say.
I mean, you have a certain amount of health, right?
Yeah.
But that's not unorthodox. Like, that's just about every game that involves combat has like a health system.
It has a health system, but it also has this mana system. It's like ammo, you could say, but
in a way. But this kind of ammo is kind of weird.
Yeah.
You could say pips are a bit more like ammo.
I guess.
You use them and then you regain them over time.
Yeah. So
blades and traps are basically buffs. They're things that they're like special armor. There's gear, just like in every other game. There's like special weapons or gear to enhance your health or damage.
Yeah. So right now we're seeing some of the
and there are like 7 schools. Let's just go over each of the schools and we'll go over basically what they're good for. Well,
okay.
Do you want to go in order by, how do you want to do this?
Let's do tank first. So
tank
ice.
First? Okay, so Ice, the ultimate tank. Their job is, basically, so they have like the weakest amount of damage, but they get the most amount of health. Yeah. I know an Ice Wizard. She's related to me. She's my aunt. She's got like 7,000 or something.
Yes, you get crazy amounts of health, and you can just obliterate
and lots
things.
of you get crazy amounts of health and crazy amounts of resistance, but no damage, which is kind of triggering for me.
So battling, and it relates to which school you're in. For example, I'm in Storm. We have like the best damage in the whole entire game.
Yeah, best damage on spells. The whole point of the hitting schools, which are called hammers, so like fire, death, and storm, your whole point there is to like blade up. Your job is to kill in the end.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't really matter in the earlier worlds, though. In the earlier worlds, everyone's just about even on health and damage. The enemies don't use very powerful spells. And at like level 1, it doesn't really matter what school you are. There's no such thing as tank or hitter, because everyone can kill the first minions on the opening turn.
True. Except for us Storm players, because we fizzle half the time, just like now. Wow, that was perfectly timed, and I didn't even hack into the game to make that happen. So, what next? Let's talk about balance next.
Balance. So annoying. They're not even a tank or a hitter. They're like stuck in the middle, and that's like bad.
Yeah.
There's no kill like overkill.
Yep, no kill like overkill, and that's the type of kill I like to do. So, in the game you have settings, obviously, like any other game.
Why don't you turn on the sound? Oh, right, you're not. Never mind.
So, these are the settings. You get resolution, you get to look at full screen, text detail, hardware cursor.
Then there's the server system.
There's also a server system. They're called realms.
Realms and areas.
Yeah. So, you can go through certain realms and areas, and they're called different things.
I mean, that's kind of useful. Like, if you need to team up with someone.
Yeah.
Then, and you can do that.
Yeah. So next we go to the next part of the thing. We got people. The NPCs. They don't move around at all. They're always in the same position.
But you get to talk to them.
Yeah. It's weird. Like this one. Susie Bane.
The names are like that.
Yeah, it's like
No, the only reason there's no Susie or
Susan.
Because that's literally the only Susie you can get. There's Duncan Grimwater. He's evil.
Kind of.
He's not when you first go to see him. He is when I go to see him in like Mirage. Then he becomes evil.
Yeah. So then you've got the Kraken. You know.
Go fight the Kraken.
This fight of epicness against a giant water beast, you could say.
Kraken. But when they say Kraken, they mean like the Greek Kraken. Because no one likes the octopus Kraken except for me. The octopus Kraken is amazing though.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna wait till this fight's over, because, you know.
Why do people even fight the Kraken? It's kind of pointless.
I know, honestly, all you get is a treasure card. Especially storm people.
I mean, there's a pretty decent hat for, like, level 1 wizards on this, but otherwise, why? I don't understand. Maybe they test out their spells.
Who knows? So, yeah, let's look. So, on enemies, while you're fighting, you've got enemies. Like this, the Kraken. Don't want to go too far in, because then I'm going to get caught in the battle. So the Kraken is this giant monster that you have to fight, and you can get a treasure card and some armor from it. Not much, not really good. But regardless, you get
there are harder enemies.
I think I just saw a hacker.
Oh, it's kind of... I'm almost dead.
So yeah, this game is ridiculous on all fronts.
Ridiculous!
Oh, I guess I'm in the battle. Obviously, I am going to destroy the Kraken with a Kraken. It just seems like the best way to kill a Kraken.
Wait, is someone like watching this video?
What do you mean?
Alright, hit him with the Kraken. Ugh, I have everything I need except another feint.
Oh god. We're playing with, like, a level 1000. Like, I don't know what level, but they have, like, 3000 health.
Level, like, I don't know.
It's a storm player.
70.
Wow, really?
No, not 70. 80. 80 or 90.
Yeah. Most players go for strategy against this guy. But, you know, you gotta hit with what you gotta hit. See, hit with a Kraken. On a Kraken. And it does 1,500 damage. Easy peasy. Victory Royale. So, you get some pretty bad stuff. I'm gonna leave this because I don't want to go back into a battle with it again. But still, you get some pretty crazy stuff. I mean, you get, like, there are views in this. There is a lot of storm clouds. But, like, there's world building in this game, but not to the point of, like, hey, this is how the whole entire story connects. This is where we connect the worlds. Like, beyond this wall, what is there? Trump?
Beyond the wall are the other streets.
But how do we know that? Like, how does that connect? We don't have a vision of that. Like, we can't tell. So, you know, there's more that you have to see to the game than just the small thing that you see on my screen right now. And you see on your screen too. There's tons of enemies, monsters, and all types of pets. Oh yeah, by the way, we're not sponsored by Wizard 101. But there's tons of stuff all around
So
here.
now the question is...
What?
So now the question is, why is it that you haven't uploaded, like, why? Why do you upload Wiz?
Why? Because I think that it's a good RPG and it's about the only game that I can upload.
And also I'm here. You should start uploading. Wait, start doing side quests.
Fine. Okay.
We want to get you to 25 today. That'd be really helpful if we did.
Yeah.
Wait, what level are you? Press C.
I am
23. Okay, so we're good.
Yeah. So if you
Quest.
haven't checked out the other things,
Don't spend money on anything that has a star.
I'm gonna go to Grizzleheim.
You have to pay for Grizzleheim.
I've been there before. You don't have to pay for it.
You do now.
Oh.
So,
Whatever.
what side quest do you have?
I have tons. Honestly, fighting is a big aspect of it, as much as they haven't put that much effort into it.
Like, people often complain that it's turn-based combat, and I'm like, dude, the whole point is turn-based combat.
Yeah. The worlds part is fantastic. Like how many worlds they have.
They have like 13 worlds with more on the way later. Like, way later.
Yeah, but still, they have like crazy amounts of things that they've been doing for ages to go into this game.
The original 4 worlds are Wizard City, Crocotopia, Rendibone, and Mushui.
Yeah.
With Dragonspire being the first additional world, and Imperia being the latest additional world.
Yeah.
Revamped Wizard City, you could, in theory, consider that.
Another world.
But not really.
Yeah. So honestly, we look at the game, like there's houses, yeah, there's other things in the game. There's not much else that there is. Like,
Dude,
yeah,
do
you
your
have
side
these
quest.
things. You have hot air balloons.
Press
that you
Q.
can do.
Press the Q.
Nah, I'm gonna do them later. You've got tons of things that you can look at in the game. You've got tons of Easter eggs. You've got tons of...
Have you been to
amazing
Mirage,
things.
the king of references?
No, I have. And this overall has tons of history in it. Especially for Crocotopia and Marleybone and all of the other places that I haven't been to.
Not Dragonspire. Not Dragonspire. That's
Yeah,
completely fictional.
But then you've also
Alright,
got,
press
like-
Q. Press Q
No,
very quickly.
no,
yeah,
yeah. But then you've also got these like little huts that you can build in your houses to find like amazing things, like the bountiful cart, the gems.
Like, the gear system is really cool. I like the gear system.
Yeah.
The best gear comes from, actually the Crown Shop.
Yeah.
But,
And then you've also got like, you got nature, you got everything in this world. that you got.
nature. Even though it all looks like a big green carpet.
Yeah. So, off to the quest.
No, you have to do that. Go to Monty Bone for that. Not that, and not any of these. Yeah, the trees. Talk to the trees.
So this world that we have here is like this complex thingamabobber that really doesn't blend together. In some cases. It's in Wizard City, I think. Yeah, it is. Because we're going to Ravenwood.
Oh yeah, you can see Ravenwood, like, literally the best. Oh, you're lucky. You get Bartleby without all the fallen leaves. I have sick Bartleby.
Ah ha 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 ha. And the weird thing about it is like the teleportation thing. Why isn't there Bartleby's 13 twin brothers? Or 12 twin brothers?
There are only 7 schools.
Oh yeah, but what about the other worlds? So, what else about this?
I don't know, man.
Well, that's gonna be the video. We're just gonna end it on a speech by Kelvin. Well, that was the speech of Kelvin.
So, okay, so if we need to say something about this game,
it's overall a half decent game.
it's pretty good. I'd play it a lot. Probably not gonna win the battle I'm currently in. But we'll leave it on this note. Wizard 101 is a game worth playing. But it's worth playing now more than ever. Because they're finally fixing the mistakes they made when I was first playing.
Mm-hmm. Obviously you can't hear this, but it's basically a speech on everything. So yeah.
That's gonna do it for this video. Bye.
Hope you enjoyed. Sub to Mr. All the Things and me, Obi Gamer. And bye!